The National Popular Vote Bill will guarantee the presidency to the candidate who receives the most popular votes in all 50 states and the District of Columbia. One national popular vote opponent has suggested that a single state could obstruct the operation of the National Popular Vote Compact by simply abolishing popular voting for president in the state and allowing the state legislature to appoint the state's presidential electors. We acknowledge that Professor Williams's proposal would indeed be dramatic. If you actually read the 888 words of the National Popular Vote Compact, you will see that it was written to prevent this kind of one-state veto, because the compact only counts popular votes from states where the voters are allowed to vote for president. Since 1880, the universal practice of the states has been to allow its voters to vote for president. Thus, the effect of the legislature taking the vote for president away from its own people would simply be to opt out of the National Popular Vote Compact. Numerous polls taken by numerous polling organizations since 1944 have consistently shown that the huge majority of the public favors a national popular vote for president, about 75% in most states. If the public were ever polled on the question of whether they wanted their state legislature to take away their vote for president and give it to the state legislature, such a question would garner virtually no support. In the unlikely event that a non-member state were to pass a law taking the vote for president from their own people, that state would simply be choosing to opt out of the national popular vote count and thereby disenfranchise its own voters. In any case, Professor Williams' one-state veto would not frustrate the operation of the National Popular Vote Compact. Another national popular vote opponent has suggested that a single state could obstruct the operation of the compact by simply abolishing the universally used short presidential ballot. The short presidential ballot enables a voter to cast one vote for president, Bush or Kerry, on this 2004 New York ballot, instead of voting for 29 separate Republican or Democratic candidates for the position of presidential elector. In 1960, Alabama did not use the short presidential ballot. The names of the actual presidential candidates, Kennedy and Nixon, did not even appear on the ballot. Instead, the voters had to vote for 10 separate candidates for the position of presidential elector. The inevitable consequence of this confusing ballot would be that each of the 10 Democratic elector candidates and each of the 10 Republican elector candidates would end up with slightly different vote totals. Professor Alexander Belinkie claims that using a ballot such as the 1960 Alabama ballot would be national popular vote's Achilles heel. However, if you read the 888 words of the compact, you will see that it was written to prevent this variation of the one-state veto, because the compact only counts popular votes from states in which voters are allowed to vote in a statewide popular election for, quote, presidential slates, unquote. Ballots requiring that the voter cast a separate vote for each presidential elector were abolished for the obvious reason that they were inconvenient and confusing, and in a close election in a particular state, frequently resulted in a haphazard division of the state's electoral votes among the political parties. All 50 states and the District of Columbia currently, and wisely, give their voters the convenience of using the short presidential ballot. In the unlikely event that a non-member state were to pass a law abolishing the short presidential ballot, that state would be effectively choosing to opt out of the national popular vote count and thereby disenfranchise its own voters. Learn more at nationalpopularvote.com and from the book, Every Vote Equal, a state-based plan for electing the president by national popular vote, which can be read or downloaded for free or purchased from Amazon. You can help make 2016 the last presidential election in which 3/4 of Americans are ignored in presidential elections by emailing your state legislators at nationalpopularvote.com.